Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Theology Unpacked, where today I want to talk to you about general revelation. Now, the first episode we talked about revelation and how God reveals himself through his word, and then we talked briefly about how to interpret scripture. It doesn't mean what you want it to mean, but it means what God meant it to mean. And we're going to have a longer form discussion with another pastor friend of mine who is an elder at our church about that, to help you understand how to unpack the Bible and interpret the scriptures. But today on this episode, we're going to be talking about general revelation and what that specifically means. And really, we're going to talk about general revelation on this episode. And on the next episode, we're going to be talking about special revelation. But when it comes to general revelation, you may have never heard of general revelation, but that's simply that God reveals himself in nature. And he is revealing himself not just to a specific group of people. We'll talk about that on the next episode, but he's revealing himself to everyone. A good scripture reference for you to look at on your own time is Romans chapter 1, specifically around 11 through the end of the chapter, I believe. And that's something that you might want to go look at in your own time. But we talk about everyone knowing that there is a God, and no one is without excuse. You may hear people say, well, I'm an atheist, I'm an agnostic. Well, that is only because if you read that chapter and you read those verses in Romans chapter 1, it's because they are suppressing the truth that there is a God. And I heard someone say this recently, a dear brother of mine in our discipleship time. He said, when you keep running from the truth, all there's left to believe are the lies. And that is essentially what atheism is. It's a bunch of lies, and even atheism in itself borrows from a Christian worldview. But even these trees behind me reveal that there is a God, and even the birds that are flying around, all of these things point to one creator, and that is the God of the Bible, who reveals himself in his word and in creation. And just look at these trees that are blooming in this wonderful sunshine and the spring environment. This is all done by the hand of God, and he has revealed to all men everywhere that there is a God, and he is the one true God. And we must believe in this one true God, and to reject his invisible attributes and his creation and his awesome power. To reject that is to suppress the truth and believe lies. So when we think of general revelation, we have to think of God revealing himself to all men everywhere, and no one is without an excuse. Read those verses in Romans chapter 1, and you will see that, again, when you run from the truth, all there's left to believe are lies. And that is what atheism is. That is what every agnostic is. They're believing the lies because they've rejected and run from the truth. And they can see it all around them. The truth that God lives and he exists. And he is the one in supreme authority. So I hope you have enjoyed this very quick video. If you have any questions or comments, as always, leave them in the comment section below. Love to interact with you guys. And until next time, God bless.